Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prestaya Bhutale, Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Sarasvate Deve, Golavani Pachaline, Nirvishesha Shunavadi, Pashkatya Deshatarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay. Right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ok. So, la majorité c'est anglais et volontaire, donc je suis volontaire aussi. En anglais. Today will be in English. Everybody.
Il y a des personnes qui ne comprennent pas l'anglais.
Oui.
Tout le monde comprend l'anglais.
Tout le monde comprend l'anglais. Right. 65. Et tout le monde, bien sûr, parle bengali. And everybody speaks Bengali. At least today. Yeah. Okay. Advaya Gyan Tattva Vastu Krishna Swarup. Advaya Gyan Tattva Vastu Krishna Swarup. Advaya Gyan Tattva Vastu Krishna Brahma Atma Bhagavan Tinatanra Rupa. Brahma Atma Bhagavan Tinatanra Rupa. Advaya Gyan Tadvavastu Krishnera Swarupa. Brahmatma Bhagavan Tinatanra Rupa. Advaya Gyan Tadvavastu Krishnera Swarupa. Brahma Atma Bhagavan Tinatanra Rupa.
Advaya Gyana Tattva Vastu Krishnera Swarupa.
Advaya Gyan Tadvavastu Krishnera Swarupa.
Brahma Atma Bhagavan Tinatanra Rupa.
Advaya Jnana Tattva Vastu Krishnera Swarupa.
Advaya Gyana Tattva Vastu Krishnera Swarupa.
Brahma Atma Bhagavan Tinatanra Rupa.
Advaya Gyana Tattva Vastu Krishnera Sarupa.
Advaya Gyana Tattva Vastu Krishnera Swarupa.
Brahma Atma Bhagavan Tina Tandra Rupa. Advaya Gyana Tattva Vastu Krishnera Sarupa.
Advaya Gyana Tattva Vastu Krishnera Swarupa.
Brahma Atma Bhagavan Tina Tandra Rupa.
Brahma Atma Bhagavan Tinatanra Rupa.
Ladies. Ladies.
Advaya Gyan Tadvavastu Krishnera Swarupa.
Advaya Gyana Tattva Vastu Krishnera Swarupa.
Brahma Atma Bhagavan Tinatanra Rupa.
Brahma Atma Bhagavan Tinatanra Rupa. Okay. Advaya Gyan. Knowledge without duality. Tadvavastu. The absolute truth. Krishnera. Of Lord Krishna. Swarupa. Whole nature. Brahma. Brahman. Atma. Paramatma. Bhagavan. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tina. Three. Tanra. Of Him. Rupa. Forms. Translation. Lord Krishna Himself is the one undivided absolute truth, the ultimate reality. He manifests Himself in three features as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Can repeat. Lord Krishna Himself is the one undivided absolute truth, the ultimate reality. He manifests Himself in three features as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. In the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam cited above, Bhagavatam 1-11, the principal word Bhagavan indicates the personality of Godhead, and Brahman and Paramatma are concomitants deducted from the absolute personality, as a government and its ministers are deductions from the supreme executive head. In other words, the principal truth is exhibited in three different phases: the absolute truth, the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, Bhagavan, is also known as Brahman and Paramatma, although all these features are identical. Hare Krishna. So, of course, as you see, it's a very simple verse. Pretty difficult to grasp immediately. At least one thing was grasped very easily when Srila Prabhupada, I can remember that, when Srila Prabhupada spoke about that in Paris. He had a big, he had a conference talk in the biggest hall in Paris at this time, 74, Salle Pleyel. And when he spoke about this example, like, Krishna is the supreme, and everything else, the impersonal energy, Brahman, or that. It's like the government and the ministers, they are deduction from the supreme executive head. And then you have the whole bunch of French anarchists in the back of the hall who stand up and shouted, "Yeah, fascist, and this revolution, and no head, no authority, no." So it was a little commotion. But somehow or other, not somehow or other, by Srila Prabhupada's obvious authority and well-wishing or compassion, the whole assembly became peaceful. Yeah, he had a real authoritative personality. So Srila Prabhupada was very simple and small, whatever like that, but he carried Krishna. He carried Krishna. So that gives a lot of weight, a lot of authority, and a lot of heart, a lot of sweetness, a lot of connection with other persons, carrying Krishna in his heart, carrying the knowledge of Krishna, which is about, why is this world, how, and why looking for happiness, where everything comes from, who is Krishna, and Radharani, and Bhakti. So Prabhupada had all these quite complete in himself as a bona fide spiritual master or a bona fide member of the disciplic succession. How to trust whatever anybody who say things are like that. This is the truth of that. Whether it is what is this light, or what is the world, or who is God, or who are we, like that. So how to verify that somebody is allowed to be, to say such a thing like that. So the word guru means heavy, and it means that he must have those two qualifications. One, he must have heard this, whatever he is teaching, from above. Because who can know anything? We are all imperfect, we are all human beings. So who can claim he knows anything actually? Even with more developed intellect or instruments, the start is imperfect. We have imperfect senses, imperfect mind, intellect. We like to be we like to be teachers for others, to say, and there is this tendency to cheat because we don't know really, not sure. So, one who gives the truth, this word, tattva vastu. Interesting. I used to be interested in vastu. But tattva vastu, that's, tattva means the truth, the reality, eternal reality. So one who is giving something about truth, about life. What's true? What's wrong? What's not true? What are the good rules? Or why any rule? He must receive this knowledge not from this world. Otherwise, it's, as I say in Yatamat Tatapat. As many persons, as many ideas, everybody is allowed to have his own conception of life, of what is to be right, what is to be wrong. Depends from one country to another, even one religion to another, one family. Even in ourselves, we change our conceptions, one year to the other. So this must come from the original or transcendental reality, which is not no mistakes like that, because it is the origin. You follow? A little, huh? Okay, questions?
Maybe I'm not just wake up. So
Yeah, you work hard and you're tired. That's good. Thank you. But it's good because actually the way to understand this knowledge is by activity. We are active persons. Therefore, if we engage in activities linked with the Supreme, with God, with Krishna, then He gives us intelligence. It works like that. So when you work hard, to establish this community, which is meant for being connected with nature as it is, and connected with the Master of nature as He is, Krishna, then you receive a lot of benefit. First benefit is you get cleansed of all your mistakes. Mistakes means karma. You act in a way which is not in harmony with the laws of nature, which are quite simple, and you are not connected either with the goodwill of the master of this nature, or Krishna. Therefore, this is called sin. What a bad word, today, sin. Because it carries a lot of centuries of, misconceptions. So by connecting again with the laws of nature and the goodwill of Krishna for all of us, then we get cleansed of all our mistakes from before. And what's the result? Well, we become more peaceful, less anxiety, less suffering. Sin doesn't mean something wrong on the moral platform. Don't do this because it is sin. If you do that, no. Sin means you are acting in different way than the goodwill of the Supreme. That's all. You are not in harmony with you are part of God, part of Krishna, and naturally, if you act in your life with this goal, I want to be a servant of God. I want to be voluntary, which is free and loving, at least voluntary, serving the Krishna and his plan. Then not only you feel peaceful, but you get cleansed from all your mistakes from before. And what are these mistakes? Many. Because once you get disconnected from God or from Krishna, from the absolute truth beyond this world, then you act in ways which are producing karma. If you act as a servant of Krishna, you act in a way of producing loving relationship with him and with all living entities, universal love. If you act differently, independently, then you produce not relationship. You are centered on yourself. You produce karma. You own what you sow, you will reap. Yeah. And this is ignorance. There is some truth. There is some tattva. There is some absolute truth. Somebody knows. Somebody knows how this world, was created. Why? What we should do in life to avoid suffering. What we should do to reach perfect happiness. Why not? Somebody knows, because obviously everything is very nicely conceived. And if we don't know this original person, the supreme personality of the divine, of Godhead, then we make mistakes and we suffer from the mistakes. If you don't know the laws of driving, you take your car and you make mistakes. You don't stop at the red light, or you drive on the left side, or whatever. By ignorance or by false pride. I don't care. I drive as I want, and I want to drive on the left side. That's all. Who are you to tell me? Wow, what are those laws? Who made them? It's human being anyway. And then you make a mistake because there is some truth, there is some organization, plan. Yes, so this is sin, being disconnected with a loving relationship. Sin, péché. Loving relationship with Supreme, with Krishna. And then you make many small sins, You should not kill, you should not lie, you should not do harm to others, this and that. But one who loves God, he doesn't have to be taught, he doesn't have to learn. I should not do this, I should not do that. He's just, willing, voluntarily. I know God, I know my Supreme, and I like him, I like his plan. I want to cooperate. So by working voluntarily in such a community meant to connect us with Krishna and the laws of nature in a simple way, we stop making many mistakes and we get cleansed from the consequences of our past mistakes. And this is eternal. That's fantastic. Whatever steps we make in cooperating with a project meant to serve Krishna, the connection is spiritual, and spiritual means eternal. So whatever steps we are making for one day, for 1 year, one lifetime, this is on a spiritual platform, and this will never disappear. We may disappear from here, voluntarily, or we don't feel, or whatever, or we have something else to do. But whatever connection we have established through our service, through our work toward this plan of the Lord to make us free from mistakes and go back to Godhead, then we will keep that with us, even if we forget it. But Krishna will not forget. He will never forget Krishna. He is in our heart. He is everywhere. This is a verse, Brahman, impersonal energies, and Atma or Paramatma, omnipresent, in the heart of everybody, every atom, every like that. And Bhagavan, Krishna himself, the origin of all these energies, of this Paramatma, he will never forget. And one day, another year, another life, he will wake you up again to this beautiful life of harmony, of Krishna consciousness, or consciousness of the supreme attractive relationship with Krishna, with God. Yeah. And the danger, if we don't understand the laws of life, like, what's right and what's wrong in my life, how should I behave? Why should I wake up earlier in the morning and chant, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna? Why should I do that? Or why should I not just, sleep? Why? That's questions, Well, now I have to give the answer. Because sleep is black, dark, ignorance. I don't know what's around me. And if I start living, I start walking like that, boom, I bump against this and that, and I don't appreciate nice things which I may go across. Ignorance, mistakes. So that's the Veda. Veda means true knowledge, tattva vastu. True knowledge, science, and tamasoma jyotirgama. We have to get out of this ignorance and go to the light. We can see things as they are. Yes. And like that, we don't make mistakes. We stop creating suffering, and we get relieved from our past mistakes also. So that's a very nice life, to go to the light of knowledge. So this is what we get through this chanting of the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna and studying the Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, and the books. If we stop doing mistakes or sinning, having a bad or no relationship with the Supreme, with Krishna, or a bad relationship with Him, then we are committing sin or mistakes, and when we die, because that's a natural thing, we're going to die, we're going to leave this body, we're going to get another sinful body. And what it means a body with which we will make more mistakes. We will be pushed to make more and more mistakes through lust, anger, greed, like that. And it is a wheel, life after life, different body, different species of life. Because of mistakes produce more mistakes. And more mistakes, more you become distant, away from the beautiful absolute truth, beautiful Krishna, in his personal form. If you cooperate with somebody, he will naturally reveal himself to you more and more. Okay, I was a doctor, so if people they were trust in me more and more because we had a relationship, then they would reveal themselves more and more. I remember that, After a while, I was feeling something, this person comes and see me regularly, and there's something like that. But it took some time. But as I saw that the person, I remember one specific man, he was coming and he was hiding something. And he was a little afraid, And as he came because he had, he had a flu or little things like that, little things, we develop a good relationship. And slowly he expressed himself more clearly what was his deep problems. And then, we could manage his problems much more easily. So this is the same with God, with Krishna. The more you are cooperating with his good plan for you, for us, for our world, and the more you will get a clear understanding of this person, this supreme, wonderful person. And we want more and more to know about him, to cooperate with him, and to have a relationship with him, Krishna. This is the science of the Veda, the science which is given by the Guru, because he has received this science from above, from his own Guru, his own spiritual master, and he has practiced it. That's the second qualification. He has practiced it. He's not just, with a diploma, and that's all. No, he is living what he is teaching, as he say, and he's teaching what he is living. Yeah. So this is what is given here by the author of this book. His name is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And he says that who is this absolute truth? We are part of something, somebody, some absolute. What is it? He said Brahma, Atma, and Bhagavan. And these three aspects are the same. They are all the same aspects of one supreme, beautiful, wonderful Krishna. This is the teaching of the transcendental words coming down to us. Of course, it's easy to say that for me, I am sitting on the big seat and nobody is supposed to make any objections. So, okay, why, Krishna, okay, why like that? Why those words you are repeating are the truth? Huh? This is an objection because we have doubts. We have doubts about happiness. We have doubts about beauty. We have doubts about purity. Therefore, no words can be pure, can be beautiful, can be true. It's impossible. I have doubts about that. I don't know anything which is beautiful, really pure, really true, or anybody. But this is ignorance. This is ignorance. And, ignorance is linked with impure heart also. Because we ourselves, we are impure, we are selfish, we are self-centered. This is why we are in ignorance. We don't see what is obvious in front of us. That everything is God-centered. Everything is Krishna-centered in a beautiful way, in a very pure way, in a very true way. So these words from the scriptures, from the Bible, from the Quran, from the Veda, these are words coming down from the absolute truth. Very pure, absolutely beautiful, absolutely true, absolutely well-wishing. Why God would, if we want, or if we are separated from Him now, which is, obviously, why would we want to just let us down and, forget us? We are part of Him, His children, whatever. No, why? That's our own choice. God did not want that we become independent of Him. He doesn't want. Krishna doesn't want that. But He let us free will, and if we make the wrong choice, still He is very concerned. Therefore, when He creates the world that we want, where I am the center of my life, of my friends, of my family, of my this, of my, I decide what is good, what is wrong, like that. He creates this world that we want. We want to try at least to be successful, to satisfy my own senses, material senses. But while creating this world and giving us a body for that and a mind, he also gives us the mode d'emploi. How to do. How to use this world, how to use your intelligence, human form of life. This is the scriptures. Manual, yes, working manual. So this is sacred scriptures. Sacred because they are true, they are beautiful, and they are well-wishing, provided we keep them as they are, not changing. So this is very important to have this knowledge, these books, which was given by God, not by a human being, given by God himself, the maker of life, maker of the world. And, well, you said it's given by God, but, I don't see him where, First, it was given in oral way, words, sound vibration. And then, some 5,000 years ago, because the memory about hearing became bad, Kali Yuga, then it was put down in writing. And the transmission is done by people who are devoted to the truth, devoted to beauty, devoted to purity, devoted to God, and here to Krishna, the supreme aspect of Godhead. This knowledge has been transmitted from one person to another in a living way, very practical, very personal, person to person, by persons who were devoted to Krishna, were voluntarily and happy to know him more, to serve him more, to transmit his words, not some, yes, I like the Bible, I like the Bhagavad Gita, these books are very well known everywhere. If I write my own idea about that, because these books are well known, it will be nicely sold. No, there's some basic truths, so it's interesting, intelligent people, they accept it, but after I will give a new interpretation. This is the worst thing to do, to change the words of truth, of beauty and purity, word of Krishna. So the guru, the nice people who are devoted to God's message for the welfare of all human beings who don't know and wants to know, they are very well-wishing also persons. And Prabhupada, he sacrificed a lot himself to do this. First he learned from his own guru, he learned everything, and he practiced, and he gave back to his spiritual master. He gave back a service. His guru gave him a lot. He gave him education in knowledge, coming to the light. And then he asked him, please, now you do the same for others. And don't change everything. And Prabhupada did like that. He gave us the knowledge of the Absolute, coming down like that to him and from him to us. And like that we can have a practical understanding of what is Krishna, who is Krishna, how to connect with this absolute truth, absolute beauty, absolute purity, how to develop a eternal, stable, eternal relationship with God, with something, with somebody. And the only thing, only body, only person to have something stable, eternal. This is God. Otherwise, God is also, this is Bhagavan, a person with unlimited, beautiful qualities, unlimited love to give to each unlimited living entities. And he is Bhagavan, but he is also Atma and Brahman. He is also impersonal energies. And he is also Atma or Paramatma. He is also localized everywhere, omnipresent. In the heart, this is the object of meditation. The goal of meditation is to connect with the Absolute in the heart. We are a little part of this spiritual force, spiritual energy, the soul, the Atma. And near the Atma in the heart, there is also the Paramatma, the Supreme Atma, is there. And Brahman, this is impersonal God, energies. So they may appear variegated, different energies, Bhumi, Apo, Nalo, Vayu, earth, air, sound, fire, trees, water, and sky, and chirping of birds, and all this. But originally, it's like impersonal energy. Like that. This is also an aspect. But these aspects of impersonal energy or the localized, omnipresent Supreme Soul in the heart, they are emanating from the Supreme Personality of the Divine, of Godhead. This is Krishna. So Krishna, he has also in himself this aspect of Paramatma. He is the origin of the localized Supreme Spirit in our heart. He is the origin, he has in himself this Brahman, this impersonal energy, light, which become diversified after. So by connecting with Krishna, either through this Maha Mantra, the original transcendental sound, Maha Mantra, the great mantra, or through working for his plan, which is to provide people a sane environment to live, to have a good life. Because with a good life, with good people, in a good place, with good food, you can easily absorb this spiritual knowledge. Like who was telling me, Finlay, he's not here, Finlay. He was telling me, Finlay, that my friends, in England somewhere in a town, my friends, they know only, we are talking in my little mud and straw house, very nice energy and peace and like that. So he said, wow, my friend, they know only concrete, big shops, computers, like that, internet, bad work, and being pushed by bad boss, rentability. It's very, very artificial and miserable. They cannot even conceive that I am now like that, in such a peaceful nature, simple, natural house, which is, warm and good. And we are discussing in a very personal way, although we don't know each other, I am young, you are old, this and that. And, we have, this separation with Krishna has created such an artificial way of life, artificial nature, the towns, artificial works, And where is my soul? Where is my soul? Covered by all that. No time. Oh, we finish by identify with this life. And therefore, when we try to go to people, like today you will go to the town tour, and you go and chant the beautiful transcendental name of Krishna, outside like that. Many people say, no, I have no time. You don't understand. It takes a lot of time. It takes all my time and energy to maintain my concrete things, all my messages and my work, and life is complicated. And you still have a few pigeons, a few birds, a few trees in the town. They are still, pew, 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 pew. So, it's very nice to be invited here. We are all being invited. It's not by chance we are here. Krishna is present. The deities, mantra, and the disciplic succession, bringing us the Bhagavad Gita as it is, the knowledge of the truth, of the beauty, of the purity. It's not by chance, We have been, yes, come here. By some apparent circumstances, but it is directed from within. And we are here to hear the Maha Mantra, to pronounce it and hear it. And we get free from our past mistakes, and we go set up on the right path. And then we work together also to establish a very natural way of life, natural environment, and peaceful human relationships between boy, girls, young, old, Muslim, Catholics, whatever, because we all know this is external. Our real self, our real relationship is between souls. We are spirit. We are part of Krishna. We are servants all of Krishna, and he has a beautiful plan for us. His ultimate plan is to bring us back home, back to this world, eternal life, full of bliss, in full knowledge. This is our home. This is where we come from, and this is what we are looking for in this world by mistake. So, this has to be verified by practice, chanting, participating in the building of this community, and verified by your intellect also, learning, asking questions, and understanding through the pure truth of these books, or through those who have some experience also of these books, of this knowledge. And then whatever steps you will have done in this Krishna consciousness, that's not material. It belongs to your soul, and you will keep it forever, and you will increase more and more, now or tomorrow or next life, but you will keep increasing it. No loss. Even when you go, or if you go, you can stay, but if you go, you can take away with you the most precious thing, the Maha Mantra of Krishna, free, no cost. You don't have to pay to take it with you. It's offered, and that will protect you, protect us. Yes, a lot of protection through this Maha Mantra and also this knowledge. You can see years after years, protecting from doing mistakes, small or big mistakes, but big, mistake of choice in life, and then consequences and it's difficult to come back after. Yes. I was discussing also with one, with one other. We stop at?
It would be nice if we can discuss questions.
Okay, questions. Objections. I was discussing with someone who was making objections, but objections are good, especially when you are young. If you don't have objections, then you are finished. Just I am old, so okay, now I'm boom. I agree with my life, and that's it. But when you are young, you have to start, and to be convinced. Okay, questions? Big questions, small questions.
Maybe if you can explain this service thing, serving.
This what?
What
Serving.
About serving. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe you can explain it even compare it with also the service in the community, serving Krishna.
Comparing with what?
No, serving.
Yes.
Like serving Krishna. Like
Yes.
Also volunteer to do service, so maybe you can, I don't know, you can explain this.
Yes.
What is serving mean?
What is serving me? Well, this word is incomplete. It's devotional service. Yes. Because service, everybody knows what service. Already many people are, it's 9, many people everywhere are going out to serve their boss or their whatever, So service, everybody is serving. All life, it means you serve all life. You serve your family, you serve your boss, you serve your country, you serve your senses. They tell you, I want to see that, I want to taste this. So serving means you are alive, and life means doing things. Why doing things? For what? For who? Doing things for serving. You get your pleasure from your senses, you have to obey them. From your boss, give you money, you serve him. From your family, it's nice to have that, you serve them. Your country, like that. But devotional service, what we say here, I have many services. Usually we don't hear outside, I have many services. You hear, I have a lot of work. So service means devotional service. Means we agree voluntarily to work for the beautiful plan of God, of Krishna. So our working capacity as living entities is dovetailed with the plan of God. And you do it voluntarily or devotionally, it's the same. Volunteer. And this service, when it is done like that, more or less consciously, this service carries something magical. It carries a connection with Krishna, and because there is this connection with Krishna, Krishna connects also with you, not only by your mind, by your intellect, by your work. You are connecting with Krishna, devotional service, voluntary service, karma yoga, bhakti yoga. But then, because it is true, Krishna is connecting with you. And then this service carries something magical, like we spoke about, It puts you in the right frame of mind. You feel peaceful, your intelligence will work better. You develop some qualities because Krishna is original good qualities. So devotional service, more or less consciously, better than work. Yes?
So you said saying serving Krishna is devotional service. Like, what would you say if it is like, cleaning garbage, or it's not the same as serving Krishna there? No, it's different, is it? Cleaning garbage, or
okay.
cleaning up something which is, is it the same, or I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
When, huh?
Is it the same than Pujari service?
Yes, oh yes, yeah. Yes, yeah, yes. Yes, it is the same.
Thank you.
Like when I was looking to, Paul on the roof of the castle, or Govinda yesterday with Yadu, taking away this big stone were ready to fall down, like that. I was thinking, this is as good as doing arti to Krishna, same. So you live in your family, you like your wife or your husband, very personal. And then somebody comes and repair the washing machine or or something, well, this is as important for you because it is related to this relationship you have, with your life, your family. It's related. So it's all part of it. It's not just Krishna. You renounced everything and you follow the rules now. You come to the temple, you have to bow down and you eat with your right hand and you don't do this and you don't do that and you are a devotee. No, not like that. When you join Krishna, Krishna will give you a beautiful life in all aspects of life. Relationship with others, with volunteers, with guru, with people outside. Learn how to, your energy becomes Krishnaized, and it becomes very, and people, they feel it. You will see when you go chanting outside, some people become, Krishna, they become extremely manifested. I don't like, and many people, more and more in this town too, since 40 years, many people, they are, nice, yeah, it creates an energy, Krishna's energy is beautiful. So, when you join Krishna, when you serve Krishna, chant Hare Krishna, worship the deity, or live with devotees of Krishna, then whatever you will do after cleaning the garbage, or the pots, or like they do yesterday, I said the same thing to Max, yesterday when he was surrounded by garbage, outside the bakery, and say, this is, wonderful, because I cannot see New Mayapur separated from Srila Prabhupada. And I cannot see Srila Prabhupada separated from making people happy in Krishna consciousness. So yes, when I see you managing, why these people here are doing that, this Lochanananda and Namacharya, the president, managers, and Gadavika. I mean, they could have a good life, They are smart, I know them, they have, good qualifications for life.
Haven't they come because it's a good life here? That's
Yeah.
It's a good life
here. Yeah, it's a good life here, they know, Some people come, because they don't know where to go, which is all right also. But some, they could have a good material life. Why are they taking this burden of love? Because it's, because love, but it's also because it's good life. You have a nice life, and better life. We used to have before not so many nice guests. I'm not just, patting you in the back, You are sane, you are smart like that. We used to have more like people who had mental problems or social problems or, problems. And they just, came here, it was not so bright. But we work with that, and slowly by connecting with Krishna, cleaning the garbage outside in devotional service, chanting the Maha Mantra, slowly this jagya, this sacrifice for the Supreme produced result. It's not some ritual, not some external thing. It's from the soul, connecting with the Supreme Soul, with Krishna. So it produced results. And you can see, 40 years later, New Mayapur, no, you are not mad, you are not crazy, you are not, beggar in the street. Nice people who want to take some time in their life, in their youth, to reflect, to associate with nature, associate with nice people also. This is a gift of Krishna, of Prabhupada, of New Mayapur, and this is very deep, very nice. So when I, to answer you, Prabhu, when I see all devotees, all volunteers here, as I said, they are volunteer devotees and devotees volunteer. All the same. I see that. I cannot separate what you are doing from Prabhupada. It's his place. It's his Shakti here. And I cannot separate Prabhupada from his desire to make people happy in Krishna consciousness. Because he loves Krishna, and because he loves Krishna, he loves everything and everybody. And in a practical way. Thomas. What a good job together. Thank you. That's nice. Yeah, devotees or volunteers, I chanted my japa with Thomas this morning, and some other were sitting together, and a few times I felt like, okay, I'm gonna escape now, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna go to sleep. He was there, so he was chanting so nicely, okay, all right, okay, Hare Krishna. You did not know that. You kept me. Yeah, that's the way. We are together, like Prabhupada and Krishna's mercy. Very nice. And it will be better and better. Yes, it has been already much better. Thank you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Go Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Okay.